What's going on? This is the Gamer Buff. It's a weekly rundown of gamer news. I'm Jefferson Carps with the Gamer Buff, Dov Larson. What's going on, Dov?
Not much. How you doing, Carps?
Not too shabby. Let's hit the news, huh?
Let's do it, baby.
This is what we do. We're going to
What's going
start with Undisputed. Okay? This show is old school Undisputed. You have been following and reviewing and updating Undisputed since the very beginning rumors of that game.
Mm-hmm.
We've always loved Undisputed, and we celebrated the success. But this week, Steel City Interactive will release the brand new Problem Child DLC featuring Jake Paul.
Yeah. I can't be less enthusiastic about this. Such a shot to the stomach. I mean, if this isn't it's just so bad. Jake Paul's coming to Undisputed DLC, so you have to pay for him also. He's coming along with some other boxers, most notably, at least for heavyweight fans or Mike Tyson fans, Buster Douglas is in that pack. But yeah, he's the headline. Someone who just fought a 60-year-old man with clown gloves and in 2-minute rounds. He is on the cover of the boxing simulation. Not, they're not trying to pump the Usyk Fury fight or anything like that. No. Let's talk about Jake Paul, the guy who hasn't fought anyone. And I'd also like to note that he's roughly the same rating as Tommy Morrison, who was a heavyweight champion.
Which is unacceptable.
Which is absolutely bull. I don't have any other way to, like, he's just a few points shy of Tommy Morrison, and I know one's a cruiserweight, one's a heavyweight. Still, like, it just made me shake my head, for crying out loud.
Yeah, well, one's a heavyweight champion, and the other is a social media star.
Yes,
true. Cruiserweight or not. Here's the thing: Steel City Interactive, they sold over 1 million copies in the first month.
Yeah,
it was a great release, and then things died off because there was a lot of gameplay issues. Yep. So how do you make some noise? You get Jake Paul.
Yeah.
So you get a whole new batch of game players, a younger generation to go play this game. Now you're going to piss off and maybe drive away some old school hardcore boxing fans. They're going to be really disappointed with this because Jake Paul, not a great boxer, let's face it. But they're going to sell a lot of copies here. Your issue is that Undisputed was always about the sport of boxing and staying true to it.
Yeah.
And now we have Jake Paul fighting like Tommy Machine Gun Morrison, and that's ridiculous.
Right. Yeah. Like, have some respect for those who actually put their lives into the sport, and they always have up until now. So it's weird that they're cutting this corner, but like you said, they're trying to bring in a whole new wave of people, and it might have been because of those bugs. I don't know, man. Like, fighting inside the ring, pretty solid, but yeah, there's still some issues they haven't completely flushed out, and there's still some things I'd like to see polished up all over career mode.
So with those, listen, you're disappointed, and you're allowed to be.
Yeah.
You're a little upset, more than a little upset at Steel City Interactive and Undisputed, and you're allowed to be. But let's talk about those gameplay issues, because with Jake Paul and a bunch of other brand new boxers and new attire and everything like that, you also have some updates to these gameplay issues. I mean, what kind of fixes are we going to see?
You brought up it got past me. They will let you change weight classes finally in career mode, which is huge.
Yeah,
because that was just something that felt clearly missing from a boxing game. Because great boxers, especially when they're not the heavyweight and they can go up and down weight classes a little more easily, they do that not all the time, but it's another challenge. It's another step for someone like Floyd Mayweather or Terrence Crawford. Like, yeah, I want to try a different weight class, unify the belt, and move on. Usyk did it, and he did it in heavyweight now. Like, it happens often, and it's awesome. And it's another cool feature to have in the game. So that's great.
What about inside the ring, these bugs and these issues?
I haven't noticed too many. They've just kind of like tapered off a lot of the stamina linking to your overall health. They've kind of narrowed the gap there. The AI is a little bit more responsive and not so, I don't know what I want to say is robotic, because they didn't have any life to them. They didn't have any bounce. They didn't have any. They just kept doing the same thing over and over. So I feel like their AI has gotten a little better with the last update, but few things like that. And online still is not what people want. Still slow for some gamers, but you never know as a gamer if it's your computer, your connection, this big server's connection. But a lot of people are pissed off, which leads me to believe it might be the host server. So,
well, we'll see what kind of
See what
fixes we have
happens,
for that.
man.
It's Undisputed, the Problem Child DLC featuring Jake Paul. Jake Paul taking over Undisputed. It's out December 12th. Dove Hitman, World of Assassination. This is so fun. This is the coolest story we've had in months. Hitman, World of Assassination will feature a brand new exclusive target set to debut this week. Who are we trying to kill?
The damn Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Damn! Jean-Claude Van Damme!
Yeah, you couldn't get a better action villain than Van Damme.
This is so cool.
And it's cool because when they digitize him and put him in the game, he is his current age, and they do flashbacks of him as as young as he was in the movies we remember, and it looks amazing. It looks like you're actually watching one of those movies. His nickname is obviously the Splitter.
The Splitter.
And we're gonna see some splits.
And he does his own splits. A lot of guys do their own stunts. He does his own splits. This is the coolest piece of gaming news that has ever existed.
Oh, it's fantastic.
It's Jean-Claude, dude. It's Jean-Claude.
It got me to dust off Hitman. I've been waiting for another good elusive target.
And how they do this is really cool.
Yeah,
because it's a limited time.
Yep.
It's out there for a month. It's coming out on December 12th, and it's up there through January 12th.
Mm-hmm.
And you basically have one crack. You got to do it right. You got to learn his movements. You got to know what you're doing. You have to plan it out. And you got one shot to take this dude out. Jean-Claude Van Damme, the Splitter.
Right. It's a true dream for, nerds who really love Hitman and really do the study, do the work, and, watch the routines of all the members of the puzzle that you're trying to figure out to get to the Splitter in this case. So, dude, it's just so cool to mix in that old 90s movie, 90s action star. They did it right here. I mean, this was a great deal, or a great addition, great elusive target, and it got me back on Hitman, and I'm excited.
Yeah, Hitman never disappoints. This is so awesome, and it makes me want to go back and watch all my Van Damme favorites. Which, of course, I always get the name of this movie wrong, even though it's my all-time best. I always call it Double Impact. But maybe that's not it. But it's Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Sudden Impact?
No, it's double something. It's Jean-Claude Van Damme.
No, you're right. You're right.
Is it Double Impact?
Yeah.
All right. It's Jean-Claude Van Damme and Jean-Claude Van Damme. I mean, how cool is this?
It's a great movie. No, it's not. It's 90s action crap fest, but it's a lot of Van Damme, baby.
I love it. I love it. So you get a chance. He's the Splitter. He's out on December 12th. You got 1 month and you got one crack. Hitman, World of Assassination, to go take out the target, the Splitter, Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, I'm there.
So cool.
I'm there.
All right, so we got to update you on Ubisoft. Our old buddies at Ubisoft. It's the Ubisoft Tencent buyout. This is talks are heating up. Dove, we know Ubisoft is in trouble. It's all riding on AC shadows.
Yeah.
This buyout with Tencent, is this going to happen? And what's the latest catch with Ubisoft? They're trying to make this work, but how are they doing this?
I mean, I don't think they're doing very well. Basically, Ubisoft is saying they'll sell to Tencent, but the Guillermo family needs to retain all the power or the discretionary.
Yeah, the decision making, and they're still running things.
Which your company ran into the ground, so I don't understand Why?
Yeah, they're currently running Ubisoft out of business.
That's
So
part of their negotiation.
if you're
tactic.
Tencent, why would you sign off on this?
I don't.
Here's all of our money. Continue to do a terrible job.
Maybe it's like a hostage negotiation,
I
and
don't
they're like, do this or we'll sink you. I don't know. There's no explanation. It doesn't make any sense.
No, and it's not going to happen. I mean, it's not going to happen. If this is the clause, it's not going to happen.
No.
Why wouldn't Tencent? What will they do?
If I was Tencent, I would just wait.
Yes.
That's all you have to do. Wait for Assassin's Creed Shadows to come out, which we'll see how that goes against Ghosts of Yotai.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't do well, Tencent's going to have a real easy time negotiating a better deal. And even then, just wait a little longer. If they're already on their last leg looking for someone to buy, you just got to wait and be patient. I think Tencent's just don't let the Guillermo family continue to ruin your business. I mean, I'm not a giant Tencent supporter, but I mean, I just don't understand why someone would be like, we bankrupt this company, but the only way we'll sell it is if we can bankrupt the company under your name. Like, that's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, exactly. So it doesn't make any sense. The deal's not going to happen that way. Basically, we're just waiting for Assassin's Creed Shadows to come out.
Mm-hmm.
And when that is a massive, fail, then this company's going under. And Tencent, which holds 10% of the company, is going to buy them out, and they're going to run the company their way.
Oh, absolutely. And it's really not looking great for Shadows. I just saw
it's a disaster.
A recent article where an executive basically called out and said the developers working on AC Shadows are all first time on a game. Like, not all of them, but a good majority of them. They're saying basically they're junior associates at the company, just fresh faces, people they can pay little and get more out of them is basically what they're trying to do. And
well, each and every week the updates on Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed Shadows get worse and worse and worse. And when this game does not do well, they're in big trouble. And that's when the buyout will happen. And the Guillermo family will have nothing to do with just running Ubisoft. It will not be their company anymore. Take your money and get the hell out of here.
Yep.
Again, Assassin's Creed Shadows due out Valentine's Day. And it's going up because of the delay. It's going up against some pretty badass competition, including a game that is set in feudal Japan, as this one is. They're going to be late to the party. The game is not going to be as good. And Ubisoft, Tencent is going to buy out Ubisoft. That's what's going to happen.
That's your new flag.
Prediction. All right. Yeah. Unfortunately, I planted my flag months ago on AC Shadows being a giant and a monster success. And since I said that, everything's gone downhill. What do you got coming up Monday?
We're doing 8 crazy tight tools.
See? It worked. All right, what's that all about?
Just 8 games to play over your holiday break. I was looking at games that are really immersive. Some are, going to take you a little bit longer than the average game. But some that build really great worlds, have really good stories, good acting, immersive building and surroundings. And I'm excited about this list. There are a lot of my favorite games and a lot of current games I've covered, and games that, have come out recently. So, check it out, baby. Especially if you have a break coming out. Why wouldn't you check it out?
Check it out, baby. That's 8 crazy titles coming out Monday. Dove's Digital Deep Dive at 2 Hats and a Beer. Check out the playlist. Check out his Indie Spotlights, Gamer Buff podcast. It's out Monday morning and for the rest of time. Jim Adams, get in here. Clean up the show. What did we miss? Talk to me about Jean-Claude.
No, honestly, it's one of those things. You guys are so good at this. Totally clean show. Great. Really well done. One thing, though. Well, you mentioned Jean-Claude Van Damme being the next elusive target on Hitman.
Yes.
Very exciting. And I don't know if I should say this without, like, a spoiler alert. There's actually a cheat to beat him. Kind of weird. Get him to dance. Otherwise, great show. You guys killed it. You nailed it. So yeah, great job, guys.
What are you referencing? I think it flew over everybody's head. Nobody got
God,
that.
in Bloodsport, he dances like this with a little tank top on. It's everywhere. Oh my
We'll have to
God.
fix it in post.
You guys, live in the now.
I thought. Well, I just thought you'd
I'm
come.
sorry.
The 90s, man.
Everybody's seen that meme, that TikTok. Wow.
I don't. All right. Thank you, Jim.
I hate you.
I'm sure some people enjoyed it.
Good.
Not according to our view numbers.
Well,
I mean, that was. Well, I admittedly, yeah, I said I don't know what are you talking about?
not a good dancer, I guess, is the crux of the shrubbery maze. Never mind. Forget it. Never mind.
What are you doing on your phone right now?
Finding that Jean-Claude Van Damme dancing meme for you guys.
All right. He's the Gamer Buff. Dove Larson. Like, share, subscribe for more content. Dove's Digital Deep Dive, Indie Spotlight, Gamer Buff podcast at Two Hats and a Beard. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Appreciate you. We'll do it again in a week on the Gamer Buff. Hey, fellas, I want all three of you. Game on!
Game
on.
I know, but what is your strategy? Sneak up and like...